In 2015 was when Oando declared one of his heaviest losses, perhaps since incorporation. And the allegation was that some folks did insider trading or insider dealing. True or false?
I cannot speak to that as Oando PLC. The fact of the matter is insider trading is not something the company Oando PLC can be guilty of. We don't trade in our own stock. We have very clear insider dealing rules. We have a closed period policy such that, for instance, at this time, we're in a closed period and insiders cannot trade in the stock of the company.
And you are not aware
we are
that
not
anyone...
aware. We have no way of being aware. But SEC, if they are aware that people have traded when they shouldn't have traded, they have that. If they have that information, then it's for them to contact those individuals and to say to them, you traded when you shouldn't have traded, and you've breached the ISA.
But did the SEC send it as part of the findings to you?
They sent it as part of the findings to the company, and we told them the company is not in a position to respond to this. We have an insider dealing policy, which we communicate to all insiders. We have a closed period policy, and this is what we do as part of our closed period policy. And in fact, our policy is actually more stringent than the closed period rules of the Nigerian Stock Exchange. And we communicated those documents to them. So we are surprised that it is forming part of the findings against the company Oando PLC. It shouldn't.
A very straight question. What do you want from the Federal High Court? You've gone to court. So what do you want?
A return to the status quo. A return to the status quo in the sense that our shareholders, ultimately the company should be run in the best interest of the shareholders, of all the shareholders. And our shareholders need to be able to freely trade the shares of the company. Management needs to be able to continue to enhance value for its shareholders. And the current state of affairs does not permit us to do that. A suspension of the shares of the company sets a technical suspension, pegs the price at which the shares can be traded, and it's not a true reflection, or it doesn't give the company or the shareholders a true reflection of the value of the shares.
Do you see that no movement suspension as a protection, or you see it as a punishment?
To me, to the shareholder, it is a punishment. That is our belief, and that is why we are going. We went to court. The truth of the matter is the damage has already been done as far as reputation is concerned. And that damage had been done throughout the way this investigation has been conducted. What should have been confidential information between the company and its regulator has been leaked to the public and to the press throughout the course of this investigation, and it's done its damage. Yes, if the technical suspension is lifted, there might be another diminution, because there have been diminutions as a result of the leaks in the share price, but we believe it will find its level again. And, you know, we have, again, I must stress, this is a 48-year-old company. This company was formerly Unipetrol, and before that it was SO West Africa. And it will continue. That is our prayer, that it will continue to be in existence, and it will continue to drive value for shareholders for years and for generations to come.
I got about two questions for you, but the first one was that in July you issued a statement, and you said the company is fully cooperating with the SEC.
Correct.
And towards the end of that paragraph, you said Oando will be happy to provide full disclosure of the outcome as soon as the SEC review is completed. Is this completed? Are you ready to provide full disclosure, or is this your full disclosure?
I mean, we believe that these are the findings. You know, we can only take our lead from what the SEC has told us. And they've said to us, these are our findings. We don't know if there are further findings, but this is what has been communicated to us. And we believe this information was communicated based on the full disclosure that we had given to date. Now, apart from the fact that we sent documentation, we also said to the SEC, I remember in our last letter, if there is any further information you want, please do not hesitate to get in touch with us. You would note that the company has been actually quite, some people would say reactive, in terms of how it has gone to the public to say this is what is happening. And that was until this latest action by the SEC. And that was because we wanted to maintain the relationship with the regulator. We wanted to continue with full cooperation. And we have done so. Now, like I said, if there is any other information that the SEC feels it needs to be able to make its alleged findings final, we are happy to provide that information, but we do not believe that a forensic audit at the cost of 160 million naira is the most effective use of shareholder funds or the most efficient way to finalize its findings.
What is the future of Oando, the investors, and the debtors?
Well, like Mr. Femi Adeyemo, who's our CFO, GCFO, said when at the interview he held earlier with you, we are on course to turn the company around. We believe that turnaround has happened. We believe that we will continue to drive value for our shareholders if we are allowed to run the company as we should. Now, as far as our stakeholders are concerned, our business partners are concerned, our lenders are concerned, we are managing and we're successfully managing that relationship with them. And we continue to assure them from our results and from our communication with them, our transparent, our continuous communication with them, that there is no cause for concern. At our last AGM, again, I want to point out that shareholders that were present, all shareholders that were present at that meeting, they approved all the matters that were before them, imposing confidence again in the management and board of the company.
We wish you all the best.
Thank you.
As they say in the legal world, see you in court next week, Thursday.
Thank you.
It's good to have you here. Do have a great weekend, madam, and the rest of your team. Thanks for talking to us here for the first time live on television, on Channels Television.
Thank you.
Ayotola Jagun, the Chief Compliance Officer and the Company Secretary at Oando, Nigeria. Let's go back after the break. You need to glow about something. What can you glow with? It's Friday. Something new is coming. As 2017 is coming to an end. We've got 60 days left, thereabout.